These people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together, they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. They are the Eggheads. And challenging our resident quiz champions today are Not So Smart from Nottinghamshire. Now, this team of friends and family share a passion for walking, and they also attend a fundraising quiz twice a year at their local village hall together. Let's meet them.
I'm John, I'm 70, and I'm an author.
Hi, I'm Chris, I'm 45, and I'm a pensions consultant.
Hi, I'm Craig, I'm 43, and I'm a project manager.
Hi, I'm Phil. I'm 64 and a retired IT project manager.
Hi, I'm Steve, 46, and I'm an IT business analyst.
John and team, welcome.
Hi.
Great to see you. I should say that Not So Smart, there's 2 T's in not, so...
Yes, that's right, yes.
Yes, so you've got the confidence to take on and take down the Eggheads here, I hope.
Well, the idea is that we're so smart, but more than likely, not so smart.
So tell me about the walk that you do, first of all.
Well, we started, I think, Jeremy, in about 1990, and we do roughly a 100-mile long-distance trail each year, and we choose one, you know, to go for, depending on how difficult or easy the previous year has been.
Does it end where it began, or you just go in a straight line and get picked up?
No, usually they we have to work all the logistics out, which can be very tricky.
But it's a good chance of getting away from work and stress, and...
It is the best.
It is the best.
It is the best,
Yeah.
yes.
Tell us about the quiz.
Well, it's a quiz that's put together by the local village hall, and it's a mixture really of words and pictorials, and it's fairly lightweight. We don't take it too seriously. We don't even compete for a prize, but just really the honour, I guess, of trying to get to be the top team.
Well, here, as you know, it is rather different. There is a prize. In fact, every day there's £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for our challengers. If they fail to defeat the Eggheads, the prize money rolls over to the next show. So, Not So Smart, the Eggheads came a cropper in the last game. That means, A, it can be done, but B, that £1,000 is on the table now to say you can't beat them. The first head-to-head battle is on the subject of music. Who would like this?
Who are we going for then?
That's what I said, isn't it?
Who are we going for?
Well, who are we going to do for music? Because
I'm not so good on music.
Chris doesn't want it. No. You
Chris,
don't want it?
what about you?
You want me to take it?
Yeah, go on.
Yes.
Okay.
So after you, Craig, isn't it?
Chris, OK.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Chris, which Egghead would you like to take on?
Yeah, you go, Dave.
Dave? Yeah. Dave?
Right, so Chris from Not So Smart versus the very smart, in fact, the tremendous knowledge, Dave, on the end there. To ensure there's no conferring, would you please take your positions in the question room? Chris, what kind of music do you hope comes up in this very wide-ranging round?
Well, I'm hoping for sort of, I guess my era was rock music, 80s and 90s, I guess, probably. So I'm hoping we're not too modern and not too old, I guess.
Indeed. So, Chris, you can choose the first or second set of questions.
I'll go for the first set, please.
Here we go. In which year did Boyzone have their first UK #1 single with the song Words? 1996, 2000 or 2004?
Right. Well, I like this song, actually. And I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure I'd left university, I think, when this came out. I'm going to go... I think I'm drawn towards 2004.
First UK #1 single, no, not 2004. It was actually quite a bit earlier, 1996 for Boyzone. Dave, your question. Which vocalist started a long career as lead singer with Judas Priest when he joined them in 1973? Is it Mark Bolan, Rob Halford or Les Gray?
Well, Mark Bolan's T-Rex, Les Gray's Mud, Rob Halford is Judas Priest.
Rob Halford is correct, yes. Chris, your second question. Which band's second album, released in 1999, has the title Auquatis Birion, which roughly translates as a good beginning? Is it Clannad, Runrig, or Sigur Rós?
Right. Well, I don't think it's Runrig. I've got one of the Runrig albums. I don't think it's Runrig. I think I'm going to go for Claned.
That's wrong. The answer is Sigur Rós. But what's the country? They're Danes, are they?
Icelandic, I think.
Icelandic.
Icelandic.
I don't know. Chamber music and stage musicals aren't jumping out at me, but film scores... Yeah, I will go for film scores just because the other two aren't really jumping at me, but no real conviction.
Film scores is correct, Dave. Well done. So, sorry, Chris, you've been knocked out there, which means Dave is in the final and you won't be able to help your team in the final. But don't worry, plenty of game to come. Please rejoin your teams. As it stands, Not So Smart have lost the one brain. The Eggheads are still intact. And I can tell you the next subject is science. So who would like science here?
Steve.
Oh,
Do you think I up is
That's a
that?
stitch up.
No. What do you think?
I can take it if you like.
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
Or would you
Yeah,
prefer?
you answer this.
I don't mind. I don't mind. If you want me to go, I'll go.
I think we're staying thing.
Okay, you go then.
Okay.
So, Phil, can you choose an egghead?
No, not Pat.
Judith.
Judith.
Judith?
I'll go with Judith.
Okie dokie. Phil from Not So Smart against Judith on science.
On science, yes.
To ensure there's no conferring, would you please take your positions in our question room? Okay, well, good luck in this round. It is science. Phil, would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first, please.
And here we go. For what does the letter R stand in the medical condition commonly known as RSI? Regional, repetitive, or reflex?
I think that's a fairly straightforward one for me. I'll go straight down the middle, and that's repetitive.
Yes, indeed. Can you spell out the whole thing?
Repetitive strain injury.
Yeah, that's right. Repetitive is right. Judith, in the periodic table of chemical elements, what term is used for a column of elements?
Oh.
Group, gang, or gathering?
The malicious gang, the whole lot of them. It's a group.
Group is right. Phil, in the late 19th century, the Hungarian-born inventor David Gestetner patented a machine for doing what? Overhead projection, document duplication, or weighing?
I seem to think that one of the first photocopying machines had the name Gestetner on it. That may have been a very old machine, but yes, I'll go with document duplication.
Document duplication is right, Phil. Well done. And I guess it's, I'm thinking it must predate the photocopier in the sense it wasn't flashing a light on a page and photographing it. Was it a sort of crank thing, the Gestetner machine? Anybody?
Yes, I think so. I mean, as far as I can.
Anyone seen one? Anyone touched one?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think it is.
You've done, yes?
Oh, yes.
And John, what did it do?
Yes, it did just that. You literally turned a handle and out came the copies of the master that you'd laid on the top in the first
But
place.
not photographed, presumably, some other way.
It was a silk screen, I think.
Silk
process.
screen. How interesting. Judith, which bird found in Britain is the largest member of the crow family? Raven, ruff, or razorbill?
I can never remember what a ruff is, but a razorbill, I think, lives in Africa. Ravens are very big. I think it's a raven.
Raven is right. 2 each. I know we'd be better if you'd sort of managed to shrug her off by now, Phil, but she's a good player.
I'll give it a go.
Give it a go with this third question here. What type of creature is the onager, native to southwestern Asia? Onager, Phil, is just spelled obviously O-N-A-G-E-R.
That's
Onager.
right.
Is it a pig, an ox, or an ass?
I really haven't got the faintest idea on this one. I'm going to go with the ass, Jeremy.
Ass. Is he right, Eggs?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, ass is the right answer.
Fantastic.
So well done, Phil. You got that right. And
you.
Judith, you have to get this one right to stay in. Sophia Jex Blake, born in 1840, was an important pioneer of women's participation in which scientific field? Medicine, engineering, or astronomy?
Well, the sort of most likely thing would be medicine, really. I really don't think there would have been many women engineers in 1840, 50, 60, whatever we said. On the other hand, she could have had a telescope in her back garden, couldn't she? I think I'm going to say medicine as being the most likely.
Medicine is correct. Well played. Sorry, Phil, she is a very, very fine player of the quizzing game.
She is troublesome.
Very troublesome. So we go to sudden death now, which means you have to give me the answer and I don't give you alternatives. The term leveret is used for the young of which animal?
I'm trying to think. I've got a few options in my mind. I've got the hare. Yes, I'm going to go for the hare, Jeremy. Leveret, the hare.
Latin for the hare is lepus, and you're quite right. The hare it is. Judith, to stay in. What is the chemical formula for calcium oxide?
I don't understand these things, having never done chemistry at school. But it must be CaO2. Why not? Add in a 2 for fun.
So,
I don't know.
so your answer is CaO2?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not right, Judith.
I'm not surprised.
It was the 2 that's the problem.
Oh, no, it's not CaO.
It is just CaO.
Oh,
you added the
curses.
2 in. I know. So well done, Phil. You've taken the round, and you will be in the final. Please, both of you, rejoin your teams. Okay, as it stands, Not So Smart have lost a brain from the final round, whilst the Eggheads have also lost a brain. So let's see what happens next. It's geography. Who would like this, John?
No, that's
I really don't want to.
I'll
You
have
don't
to
want to.
do
You
one.
want to.
We've lost our geography.
Well, I'll take it for them.
Yeah,
Team,
take
do you want
it.
take the team?
Take it.
Oh,
Yes, come on, see it.
oh,
Come on,
do you want to?
Yeah.
Do you want to?
Oh, do you want?
Oh,
I mean, if film
Are
and
you
TV
strong?
come up, we'll be hopeless, won't
are
we?
you strong
do
enough
you
or
want
not?
to? Will you do it?
I'll take it. I'll take
All right.
it.
Are you,
I'll take
you
it.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
John against which Egghead?
Check it.
Can't have Judith or Dave.
I'll take Kevin.
Wow.
Brave.
We've got to eliminate him, haven't we?
Yes.
Not that we will.
There's no way round. There is no way round, Kevin. Okay. John from Not So Smart versus Kevin from the Eggheads on geography. And please go to the question room. Well, good luck in this round. Geography. Have you been anywhere recently, Kevin, of interest?
Not that recently, as we speak. I mean, my latest foreign trips were both to Germany, and to Munich and to Berlin. But even that's going back a few months now.
Okay, so John, would you like to go first or second?
I'll go second, Jeremy, please.
Kevin, your question. Which part of England is often referred to as 1066 country? Northeast, southeast, or northwest?
Well, I mean, assuming that because there were a couple of invasions in 1066, of course, but assuming that this is referring to the Norman conquest, then that would be the southeast, because they landed in Sussex and the Battle of Hastings was obviously fought in Sussex. So 1066 country would presumably be the tourist trail around the sites associated with that. So southeast.
Not far from where you live.
No.
Southeast is correct. John, Abraham's Path, a walking and cultural tourism route, is in which part of the world? Middle East, South America, or Australia?
Well, I haven't heard of it, which I clearly should have done as a walker. I wouldn't say it's in Australia, so I'd have to go, but not knowing, for Middle East.
Middle East is the right answer. Kevin, which city's international airport was once known as Aldergrove? Glasgow, Liverpool, or Belfast?
Well, this is one I've been to, so there's no point beating about the bush. I went to it when it was called Aldergrove, and I've been to it since. It's Belfast.
Belfast is the right answer. So it's changed names.
Yes, it's like Belfast International Airport now. Much
Right.
more prosaic.
Prosaic and a bit more global,
Yeah.
outward looking.
Yeah.
Over to you, John. The Republic of Palau, an island country in the Western Pacific, has which official currency? Australian dollar, the Netherlands Palauan dollar, or the US dollar?
Western Pacific. Well, again, I don't know. I don't think it's the US dollar. I also don't think it's the Australian dollar, so again, by default, really, I have to go down the middle and say the Netherlands.
The answer is the US dollar, John. Okay. Kevin, we're over to you. Third question. If you get this one right, you've taken the round. The flag of Mauritania that features a crescent and star is made up of which two colours? Green and yellow, red and white, or black and red?
Should know flags instantly, but I'm just having a little think about this one. Yeah, it's green and yellow. It's the Islamic colour comes into it. Green is the Islamic colour, and yellow star this. Yeah, green and yellow.
Green and yellow is the right answer, Kevin. So 3 out of 3. Sorry, John. The Palau question did for you against such a strong competitor there, I'm afraid, and you won't be in the final round. Both of you come back, please. Rejoin your teams. So, as it stands, Not So Smart have lost 2 brains from the final round, whilst the Eggheads have lost 1. The next subject is politics. Is good? What were you waiting for, Steve? So, yeah, whatever. It has to.
Let's do it.
Do you know what? I'll do it.
Do what?
I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Really? I'll keep family pride in fact.
Okay.
Craig is going to do it. Against which Egghead?
I don't think.
Try Pat.
All right,
Pat
we'll go
or
Pat.
Barry,
Yeah,
isn't
we'll
it,
go
down this
Pat.
end?
We'll go
Yeah?
Pat. Please.
Pat.
Okay. So Craig from Not So Smart versus Pat from the Eggheads. So please, if you can, go to our question room now. So Craig, before we start, I should say it's the family dimension of the team is interesting here because it's you and your brother and your father.
That's right. Yeah.
3 family members and 2 friends. That's a great combo.
Yeah, it is,
and
yeah.
it's politics that we're doing. Would you like to go first or second?
I'd like to go second, actually, please.
Pat, your question then. In the UK, DCMS stands for the Department for Culture, Media and what? Socialism, sport, or sponsorship?
I think it's sport. They're heavily involved in things like the Olympics. It's sport.
Culture, media and sport is correct. Socialism would be interesting.
I don't think they've got a department devoted exclusively to that.
Okay, Craig. In which country did Xi Jinping become president in March 2013? China, Vietnam, or Peru? Xi is, let me just help you with the name, X-I, and then Jinping, Jinping.
Well, I don't know. I don't think it's Peru. I think it's. I should know if it's China. Vietnam. I'm going to go China, please.
Well done, you're right. China it is. Pat, which broadcaster who covered many general elections with the BBC and ITN before stepping down in 2005 became famous for his use of the swingometer? Is it Jeremy Paxman, Gordon Brewer, or Peter Snow?
I don't know much about Gordon Brewer. I think Jeremy Paxman continued in office long past the date you mentioned, but the man linked with the swingometer at election after election was Peter Snow.
Peter Snow is the right answer, my hero.
Your predecessor.
My predecessor, yeah. Because I do it now, that's true. And it's great fun. It's a wonderful thing. Okay, Craig, which former First Lady wrote the book Dear Socks, Dear Buddy about children's letters to the pets at the White House? Hillary Clinton, Barbara Bush, or Nancy Reagan?
God, that's a difficult question as well. Don't know. Have to be a guess. Doesn't seem highbrow enough for Hillary Clinton. So I'm going to go... Oh, I'll go Nancy Reagan, please.
Nancy Reagan.
Reagan, sorry.
Yeah, I would have gone Barbara Bush here, but we're both wrong. Hillary Clinton it is. Right, you're ahead, Pat. And because you went first, if you get this one right, you've taken the round. In 2012, the anniversary of which leader's birthday was renamed Day of the Shining Star? Is it Kim Jong-il, Mao Zedong, or Chiang Kai-shek?
I think that's Kim Jong-il of North Korea. I think it's in April, sometime in April.
Kim Jong-il is in the news a lot, that's for sure. Who is Chiang Kai-shek?
Chiang Kai-shek was in charge of the nationalist Chinese who had the dispute with the communists and ended up in Taiwan.
But that's going back a way, is it?
Oh, a long time ago, yes.
It's not last week or anything.
No, well, all those chaps have been dead some time.
Kim Jong-il is the right answer. Pat, you've got it. So you've got 3 out of 3. Sorry, Craig.
Well done.
The pain of the single incorrect answer in a 3-question round.
Yeah.
So you have been knocked out. Pat will be in the final round. And if you both come back to us, we will play that final. So this is what we have been playing towards. It is time for the final round, which, as always, is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So John, Chris and Craig from Not So Smart and Judith from the Eggheads, would you please now leave the studio? Well, Phil and Steve, you are playing to win Not So Smart £1,000. Barry, Pat, Kevin and Dave, you're playing for something that money can't buy, the Eggheads' reputation. As usual, I will ask each team 3 questions in turn. This time the questions are all general knowledge. You are allowed to confer. So, Phil and Steve, the question is, are your 2 brains able to overcome the Eggheads' 4 over here? And would you like to go first or second?
First, please.
So, Steve and Phil, good luck. Here we go. Gerald Grosvenor, who's often said to be one of the wealthiest landowners in Britain, is better known by what title? Is it Lord Ashcroft, the Duke of Westminster, or Earl Spencer?
I think it's Duke of Westminster.
I think it's Duke of Westminster.
But that's just a gut feeling. Do you think?
Yes, go for the Duke of Westminster.
Duke of Westminster.
Duke of Westminster is the correct answer.
Excellent.
Good start. Eggheads, a famous series of World War II posters exhorted the British public to be like Dad, keep what? Calm, keeping on, mum.
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 Everybody?
Keep mum.
It was a famous poster and it had that wonderful slogan, be like Dad, keep mum. The answer's mum.
Keep mum, of course. Yes, well done. OK, over to you, Not So Smart. What was the name of the character played by Daniel Craig in the 1990s TV series Our Friends in the North? Tosca, Barrett, or Geordie?
Do you know that one?
I'd struggle to answer that one.
If it was in the north,
Well, yeah, I mean, it's gonna.
to go for Geordie.
Well, just hang on a sec. So, I'm drawn to Tosca. I'm not sure, but you've got a gut feeling. It could be too obvious.
I
That's
have
what I'm
no
thinking.
idea. I mean, I'm just going for Geordie because it's in the north.
Yeah.
No, you know, if you've got a feeling for it, go.
I'm going to take a punt because this man is very intelligent, so I will go with Geordie.
I loved this series when it came out in the 90s. And Tosca is a character in it, so you couldn't have ruled that out. Barrett probably is as well, actually. But Geordie is the right answer. And it's very odd now watching, you know, the reason it's great is you see their lives played through current events and all that. And you see Daniel Craig becoming an old man, you know, and now
There it is.
here he is 20 years later as Bond. Okay, Eggheads. Which of these explorers was once apprenticed to a firm of coal shippers in Whitby? James Cook, Mungo Park, or Ernest Shackleton?
It's got to be James Cook, hasn't it?
It's got to be cooking.
Yeah.
It's the logical one.
Captain
wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not.
Mungo
Bob
Park's
was a doctor.
Scottish.
He was a
He was a
doctor.
doctor and Shackleton was Irish.
Yes.
So,
Well, Mungo Park was probably a little earlier. He was busy in Africa, and Shackleton was in the South Atlantic, South Georgia and Antarctica. But the man who's irrevocably linked with Whitby is James Cook, so that's our answer.
James Cook is correct. So 2 each. Third question, which can be crucial. Challenges. Which horse won the Cheltenham Gold Cup in 1970 and 1971 and ended Red Rum's winning run in the Grand National in 1975? Was it Royal Frolic, L'escargot or Grundy?
Can it be L'escargot? It wasn't L'escargot.
That's what I was thinking it
Blackthorn.
was.
I will go with Royal Frolic as a guess.
That's your thought, is it? What's your reasoning behind that?
I think L'escargot is a flat
racer.
racer.
Grundy?
I've never heard of Grundy.
I've never heard of Grundy.
I've only heard of Royal Frolic, and it sounds as if
It's
He could have done it.
It's another gamble. Last time I gambled at the Cheltenham Gold Cup, I lost a fortune. So, but here we go, Royal Frolic.
Royal Frolic, okay, based on which is the sense?
Yeah, we haven't had A for a while. No, I've no idea, no idea.
Okay, do you know eggs?
Escargot.
Escargot.
Again
Yeah,
with a
you've done
shirt.
it. The Cheltenham is obviously the problem.
Yeah.
It is.
Losing your shirt again. Well, you haven't lost your shirt yet. Okay, Eggheads, your third question for the contest. Which author wrote the novels Nostradamus Ate My Hamster, The Hollow Chocolate Bunnies of the Apocalypse, and Sex and Drugs and Sausage Rolls? Is it Bruce Bethke, Michael Moorcock, or Robert Rankin?
Doesn't sound like Michael Moorcock. But other than that, I have no idea.
Any thoughts?
I'm not sure.
No.
I don't
I don't know. Robert
recognise.
Rankin is saying something to me, but I have no idea
Well,
why.
he's the only one. We don't think it's Michael Moorcock.
No, it's
obviously.
definitely not
No.
Moorcock.
One of those titles, I think, is something I've seen somewhere, and of the other two names, the only one that I sort of recognise is Robert Rankin. I don't think I've come across Bruce Bethke at all.
No, I've not heard of him at all. That doesn't mean to say it's not.
It doesn't mean it. No, not absolutely. No. I don't know. I mean, I say Bruce Bethke doesn't mean anything to me at all.
Oh, we both have the
So,
both got an
vaguest
inkling.
glimmers.
Which only on the basis it's a name I've seen somewhere,
Yeah,
and I
same
think
here.
I've seen the title of one of those, the Nostradamus one. I think I've seen somewhere, but
Have you got anything, Pat?
No.
And I've got
strong.
nothing. I've got nothing.
Nothing strong to offer.
So the only two things we've got are you and Kevin.
Shall we go
So
for it then?
I think that's the best thing.
No certainty at all.
Well, we're reasonably certain it wasn't Michael Moorcock, who was renowned for writing first-rate science fiction novels. But as to the other two, we're really unsure. But we're going to take a stab at Robert Rankin.
Okay. It's interesting hearing that because Barry just went straight there, ruled out Moorcock and ruled in Rankin right at the very start. And after the discussion, that's what you came to. And it's absolutely the right answer. So well done, Eggheads, and Barry, especially Robert Rankin, is the correct answer. And we say congratulations, you have won. Commiserations. I mean, they had a bad defeat in the last game, and they've obviously rallied, which is irritating.
It's a shame, isn't it?
It is a shame, but
Such
you
a
see
shame.
how well they play. And yeah, there was that Rankin Moorcock question was not an easy one. And I loved your 1066 moment, Kevin, when you said there were a number of invasions and we need to go through. Yeah, we should go through all of them, not just the obvious answer. So even the simple questions, they Google around them. Have you enjoyed playing?
Absolutely.
Yes, it's
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, thanks very much indeed for keeping us company here in the studio and having a go at them. Commiserations to Not So Smart. The Eggheads have done what comes naturally to them, and they're starting to reign again over Quizland. I'm afraid it means you won't be going home with the £1,000, so the money rolls over to our next show. Eggheads, congratulations. Join us next time to see if a new team of challengers have the brains to defeat the Eggheads. £2,000 says they don't. Till then, goodbye.